site, FightHype.com. Here with the woman who was queen at 130, the former unified super featherweight champion. And Mikaela, what weight class are we going to see you at next? I hear all kinds of things, and you look strong.
Thank you. Yes, I feel strong. Like, I feel like I'm finally letting my body fill out and do its thing. Like, I didn't realize I was really putting my body through a lot, and I haven't felt this good and this strong in a long time. And I was so used to cutting all that weight that I just felt like it was normal, but I don't have to do that anymore. I have the skill, I have the experience. All the big fights for me are at heavier divisions anyways, so it's really, I'm doing myself a disservice by staying so low. So I feel great. And this fight's at 140.
Oh, at 140.
140, yeah.
In what way do you think, you'll be a better fighter? Is it just some people think when you're more comfortable, you punch harder, or you got better stamina, or what do you think?
You gotta think about this. I train hard. I'm running, I'm sprinting, I'm weight training, I'm sparring 10 3-minute rounds in altitude, and then going home and eating 4 ounces of protein. And so I really wasn't able to fuel my body properly. People have no idea. I was very, very disciplined and very strict on everything that I could do. And to me, that was just me being a fighter and doing what I had to do. But letting my body fill out now and seeing this, it's just unnecessary for me to do anything else. So I feel really great. I feel strong. I still feel fast. I still feel explosive. I feel even more conditioned. It's like I don't get so exhausted in training anymore because I just feel more fueled.
Yeah, because even if you go back and watch your debut at 130, you look like a 130 pounder.
I was lean.
Right, and then by the end, it's like this girl might be killing herself to get down to that weight.
In hindsight, I probably should have gone up after my first world title with Grodnicka. Because when I fought my first hard cut, or when I realized I couldn't get away with what I used to get away with, everyone has that fight, right? They're like, oh, can't get away with what I used to get away with, I'm going to stay at this weight. That was the next fight when I wore purple against...
was it the fighter from Africa?
No.
Hamadouche?
No. It was right before Hamadouche. Farias. What's her first name? Farias. Sandy Ryan just fought her, Farias.
Yeah, Farias, yeah.
So it was before Hamadouche. That's when I realized, okay, I can't get away with what I used to. And so the cut for Hamadouche went a lot easier, but then it's just I had to pull back on so much, and I just it wasn't the best version of myself. So now I'm just excited to see what I can do at this heavier weight.
Now your rival, Alycia Baumgardner, she retains the titles at 130.
Yeah.
You were gonna get that fight with Christina Leonardo, and then shit happened, and she winds up getting it.
Yeah.
What did you think? Did you get to see the fight at all?
I didn't see the fight yet because I was there.
You're at the Frank Martin fight.
Yeah, it was the Frank Martin fight. But
Or highlights? Did you see highlights?
I've seen a few highlights. Yeah. I thought she was gonna win that fight. I gave people would ask, and I'm like, I think Baumgardner's gotten better since then. I think she's probably learned from her mistakes and probably the more fresher fighter. So I thought that she would get the decision against Leonardo. But yeah, I'll go back and watch it. We'll see. Everyone keeps doing that to me. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, she talked about having a rematch with me leading up to that fight, all the interviews, and then afterwards she doesn't say anything. So, I mean, I don't care. At this point, I don't expect her to come asking for the rematch. She got away with the win, so I expect her to keep going and doing her thing, and that's what I'm going to keep doing too. And the longer she waits to ask for that rematch, then the more I think it's not going to ever happen.
But could it happen, you go to 140, fight Chantel Cameron, win, and Alycia moves up? And
if she wants to move up, I can absolutely. I'm always here to negotiate. I've been very clear that I want the rematch. I'm here to negotiate, but I won't be going back down to 130, that's for damn sure.
What about 35 for Taylor? Could you make that?
Yeah, I fought 135 in my last fight, and I made me mandatory for Katie. The only reason I didn't stay there, if I knew I was going to get that Katie Taylor fight, obviously I would have stayed at 135, but it doesn't look like it's in the near future because of her rematch with Chantel Cameron, her rematch clause with Serrano sisters, and so it only makes sense for me to go where I have more of a quicker shot at the title. Quicker shot at, not just the title, because it's not just about that for me, but to fight a big name, to fight another champion, someone that I will be inspired to fight. And you have girls in the higher weight divisions right now. I want to fight Chantel Cameron. Sandy Ryan is an upcoming fight if I go to 147. Tasha Jonas. So these are the girls, the names. I'm at that time in my career where that's what I want, and so there's no point in me staying low for no reason.
So you would fight Tasha Jonas at 47?
Yeah, absolutely.
He started at 30.
And that's where all the girls are going. Chantel Cameron said she's going to 147. So if you got me, Sandy, Chantel, Tasha Jonas, all at 147, McCaskill, that's the next division.
If you ever, remember like Roy Jones, heavyweight, and then had problems getting back down to light heavyweight. So if you were to fight Jonas and win that fight, you still be all right getting down to 40 or 35 for other big
40,
ones?
maybe 40. Not 35. That's what I'm saying. The longer she waits to say, hey, I really want this rematch, let's make it happen. I'm not going to sit around and wait. I've always said that. So
has your point with her been like, this has always been the biggest fight for you and me, a rematch?
It'll
so what
still,
are we
yes,
doing,
absolutely. It'll still be big.
Right.
Like, to me, it's just like, it's a no-brainer. Like, it's going to be her biggest payday. I know she got to go undisputed. It's fucking insane. So she'd be stupid to not want this rematch. I don't get it, but it's not my problem. I'm gonna go get paid regardless, with or without her.
Did you start too slow the first time, and in the second fight, is that something that would be different?
I can't talk about the second fight, but the first fight, I do believe I started a little slow, but that was part of the game plan. It was part of the game plan to let her miss, because I knew she wanted to come out with those big bombs. And it's almost like in a 2-minute round fight, it's like I had a game plan for the IQ that I have, and the game plan, the strategy they have was for 3-minute rounds. And it's like I really didn't get a full chance to execute that. And no excuses. Like, I should have known that because I've been fighting 2-minute rounds my whole career. But it's one of the reasons why I do want 3-minute rounds. I feel like it would favor my style. I feel like it's going to help develop the IQ for us women and help us to really impose our strategy and get better and get to that next level.
Yeah, do you feel like you and Alycia both have two of the most pro styles in women's boxing? Because like with those 2-minute rounds, sometimes it's smart to still fight like the Olympics. But
yeah.
do you feel like you guys have two of the most pro styles?
Yeah, I think she has a very pro style too. So, I'd love to have a 3-minute round world title fight soon. Get that done. I think we both have good styles for that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, too, on what's coming up for you. When it's Jonas, when it's Cameron, are you already considering? Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit the road, go over there to fight them. Not gonna fight them here in America, right?
Well, that's one of the reasons why I keep fighting over in the UK.
Right.
My next fight's back in the UK again, and all my future opponents are from that side of the pond. So it just makes sense to continue to build my fan base there, which I have a great one, and continue to fight over there and get ready for those fights.
And they appreciate over there too, right?
Yeah,
so.
I love fighting over there. It's not so much about where I fight. Like, everyone's like, what's your favorite arena? I don't really care about where I'm fighting. It's all the same once you get in that ring. It's more so about making the big fights and who I'm fighting. So that's what I'm just preparing for. That's what Top Rank's preparing me for. So they know what they're doing. Has
it been a frustrating, last month, year or so, just because the Nardadu fight falls through, Baumgardner isn't trying to make a rematch, and
what's been frustrating? Yeah, it was frustrating because I wanted to come back for a big fighter. I wanted a name, and I wanted to continue to fight names. And so Nardadu falling through was frustrating, but it's also been frustrating that at 135 I've mandatory for Katie, and that's not going to happen. And
right.
That's sort of like this whole year has been like in limbo because. And it's exciting to an extent because that's where women's boxing is. It's like you never know what's going to happen. My next move after this fight is also very dependent on certain things. Whether Chantel decides to stay and defend her belt, can I make a fight with her at 140? Does she want to go up to 147? Does Tasha want to make a fight at 147? It's like I'm open and Top Rank knows, and we want to have these conversations. And so it's just dependent on what happens, and that's what's like so exciting about women's boxing right now. It's like we're all ready to make the big fights happen.
Like Errol Spence says, free smoke for everybody.
Yep.